Let's go Blues.
Let's go Blues.
And aloha! Welcome to the BlueNote Fan Report. I'm Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm your host on the only program that is by a fan, for the fan, and absolutely about you, the fan.
So are you Guy or Dee?
Ed Danowski.
You're not in Hawaii?
I wish.
To Mr. Gary Younger.
Hi, Dee.
Hey, sir, how are you?
And Brock, how are you doing?
Doing great, sir. Doing great. Honored to have you on the show.
You know, I had the privilege while I was in the forces, in the Canadian Armed Forces, to take the Stanley Cup to Afghanistan. Only hockey fans would deploy to Afghanistan where it's 105 to 135 degrees every day, and they'd take their hockey sweaters and play ball hockey. This is the year for the Leafs. The Leafs are going to win it all this year. One of the players down the line said, "You got to be kidding. The Taliban got a better chance of winning the cup."
It's almost like he's like poo-pooing every part of it.
Who?
He's just being that poop about it.
Okay.
I'm hearing me. Head on, got head on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now, there we go. No, we were froze up. So everybody's going to be given the sound thing. Hey, aloha! Welcome to the St. Louis Fan Report. You know what? The BlueNote Fan Report is a great name, and I'm going to keep it. But when we're not doing hockey games, we're going to change up our background, and we're going to have a St. Louis Fan Report. So we know that this just isn't hockey anymore. That we're all out there. We got some good topics to talk about today. How you doing today, Rob?
Doing great, man. We just came from the pool with the family. It was a beautiful, hot day in St. Louis. It's really sweaty and getting ready to get some storms in here. But to your typical July St. Louis day, buddy.
Oh man, you know what? I can't tell you how much I miss that. I wish I was in that and there and enjoying it. You know, actually here in Hawaii, you can tell my skin is very, very pale. Right. So with that pale skin, the sun just roasts me, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like what they call a hula chicken, you know, rotisserie chicken. That's how I feel like out there, man. I feel like I just want to stand up and go like this all. Because that's what's happening to me. I'm roasting. You know what? We got, joking aside, you know, we've had a lot of fun. We enjoy what we do on this show. Trying to move over here a little bit, get things a little bit better situated. But we got a serious topic today, right? I don't know. This just broke within the last 30 minutes to an hour. You may not even completely know about it, Rob, but the Chicago Blackhawks submitted a legal brief today to dismiss the lawsuit against them, the sexual assault lawsuit.
Yep.
Let me pull up a little bit. I had the actual paragraph, but now I can't seem to find it. There's a lot going on with this. And there's a couple different ways you can look at this. And look, first of all, let me say this. This is a trigger warning. if you have any issues with sexual assault or things like that, or you got kids around, you don't want them to hear this, now's your chance to get them out of the room, because we're going to be talking about something that goes along that line for a
Pretty
few
adult
minutes.
Stuff.
Yes.
Adult stuff, yeah.
Right. So in 2010, a player on the Blackhawks claims, and okay, you got to use that word, right? Okay. That he was, and he said sexually assaulted. You know, there's some different things going in there. Hey, Tom, I'll get to you in a second, Tom. Basically, this gentleman who was on the coaching staff, or like a video coach or something like that,
Yep.
had touched him, had shown him his
Inappropriate
private parts,
yeah.
had masturbated in front of him, had done things that you just don't do. Now, look, you were in the Army, probably slept in a tent with 70, 80 guys, right? In the Navy, on a ship, 80 guys in a berthing is normal. I mean, I lived in one berthing that was just over 100, right? So guys doing guy things is one thing, okay? This goes beyond guy things, right? This does, at least if what the player is saying is what happened, okay? So bring up a little bit of this. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this is a little of the tweet that was sent out, or something that was sent out. So the Chicago Blackhawks have asked that they dismiss the lawsuit because legally they were not responsible for reporting this to authorities. And according to Chicago law, the reporting, what you're legally responsible to report to, a minor under the age of 18, a person between the ages of 18 and 59 that is mentally or somehow challenged, handicapped, right? And I'm trying to say the words correctly.
Disability, yeah,
has a disability, or someone over the age of 59 in a care home. That's it. That's where that's all that it says. And they're saying that because of that, they were not required at any point to report this. Okay, I'm going to say this. They're absolutely right. Legally, they were not required to report this. However, and I know I had people on, they're hitting the keyboards already. Morally, they have a responsibility to do something.
Sure.
This lawsuit is not just the legal side, it's the moral side.
Yeah. I mean,
right?
The optics are terrible on this. I mean, it's like, come on, you guys, this is we're in a new era. I mean, we don't do Me Too anymore. It's like, we have to turn the corner on all this stuff.
Okay, well, here,
bad optics.
That this is the dirty secret in the NHL. Okay, this is not a new thing. This isn't new. Everyone's, all of a sudden everyone's taken aback. Theo Fleury basically got banned from the league for life because of a coach that sexually assaulted him when he was in juniors. And this was something that people knew was going on, and they overlooked it because the guy got kids to the NHL.
Yep.
Right? This is not a new issue.
Well, the story Mike Danton. Remember Mike Danton, the guy who played for the Blues and the Jersey? He had a real problem with an ex-coach, and it was really
that was his agent.
His agent.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm screaming again. Sorry, T. No, I don't mean to be screaming. I'm a little excited, and I get it. But all I want to say is, guys, this isn't dirty. This isn't new. It's out there, and it needs to be looked at a different eye. What the Blackhawks have done, they basically said, right? And that's not right. That's not right. And I'm upset with the Blackhawks. First of all, the dismissal that comes, that's a lawyer speak, right? However, if you're going to sit there and dismiss it on these grounds, right? better have some backup and something to say about morally. You should have taken some moral responsibility there, and they didn't. And it's really, really tough that they're going to go and do this, and they may get this dismissed on their side.
Yeah, and where I'm on this is like for everything the NHL has done this year, it's been like read the room. You know what? Like, yeah, you want to, but read the room. It's not the climate is not right for this kind of let's stand up to this thing. Read the room, be repentant, apologize for the situation, like be out in front of it. But they just have handled this terribly, and they probably think they're doing great, and that's part of the arrogance of media spokespeople. They think they're doing great, but they're just mucking up the whole story.
Oh yeah, we already know about that one. That's in our second topic. We'll talk about that. The other part of this, I mean, you kind of hinted on it. It's not just the optics aside. It's you sit there and say we're all inclusive. We're about hockey is for everyone.
Yeah.
And yet this issue, and say, oh, well, we're not going to talk about it while there's an investigation under this and that. Every time you say that, every single time that you say that, people cut you out, right? Cut you out. NHL fans absolutely believe that Gary Bettman is the worst of the four commissioners. And I don't think he is. I think he's probably the number two. I'm not sure who NBA commissioner is now. I know the original,
Adam Silver, he's good.
Adam Silver, okay. He's been good, but he has big shoes to fill. The man that he replaced who passed away, I can't think of his name, but
David Stern.
David Stern, right. Yeah. David Stern really built the NBA. He took the NBA from the fourth or fifth of the big four into number two.
But I'll tell you what, where I think Adam, and I guess this is a subject for a whole nother show, but what Adam Silver did was he brought it into the new age, and he brought it into social media age and streaming and popularity. So for everything that David Stern built, Adam Silver just put it on hyperspeed.
Yep. Okay, Jess, I'm not ignoring your comment. Right now, the schedule is not coming out because of the possibility of the Olympics in February. So they're holding on to the schedule. They have said when certain games are. And one of them, I have an important announcement about. At the end of the show, and I'm sorry, I'm going to make you all wait to the end of the show. I have an important announcement about Winter Classic clothing.
Ooh,
you guys I'm telling you, you want to stay around for this.
Yep.
You want to tell your friends about it. You want to get people out here because this is huge. We're going to talk about is huge. Now,
I actually want to tell them just to screw with you, but I won't do it.
Yeah, no, don't. You would be in much trouble.
I get fired. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you would. That's as much as I love you, Brock. That is something that would probably get you fired. And see, this makes it right here. That makes it all worthwhile right there. That makes it all worthwhile. All worthwhile. I love it. Jess says you need to book her Vegas trip. Jess, I need to book my. I'm actually. So we've been okay. So let's talk about this just slightly. I have been granted some media credentials for next season. Home credentials are tough. Away credentials not so tough. And there is some chance that I could be covering the games in LA, San Jose, Seattle, Vegas, Arizona, depending on the trip and what the company can afford. I may get to cover some of those. So I mean that's huge for us. That's big news for us. I know you've got some things going on, but this company is having some great times. And that's where we're going to get into our next topic now. Our next topic, and before we get there, hey everyone, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and you're watching the St. Louis Fan Report on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I'm joined today by my co-host, Rob. Got the stats stagging board. He's got you, we got you, and we cannot wait to keep talking to you, man. I love you to death. Keep coming, keep sharing, keep talking. That's what we're all about.
You know what I'm here for? I'm here to debate you on something. So you tell me when you're ready for that debate. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, well, it's time. So me and Rob, yes, 2 days ago, talked about Tarasenko. I released that article, 91 Rumors, and I went pretty deep into it, not like everybody else did. Went pretty deep into it, and I said, well, these are some things that I think. I gave 4 possible things, right? And then you said, hey, let's do a point-counterpoint article. I think we should just let him go. And I said, no, and I've been like that forever. So you released your article called Don't Take the Band-Aid Off days ago.
No, it said take the Band-Aid.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Rip it off. Sorry, rip it off. And then I released mine today, singing The Clash. Should I stay or should he go now? And I think he should stay. Some of my reasons that he should stay are unorthodox. But I'm going to let you go first on this. Then I'm going to tear you a new one.
Oh, man. You know what? I am not afraid of that. First of all, I'm married, okay? I'm married. That's whatever, okay. But here's the deal. Like, what are we doing with this guy? Like, this guy is an elite player. I keep saying that, he's on the cover of a video game, man. Like, you don't get there just by being a scrub. So this guy's legitimate, okay? So he has some problems. He had some surgeries. Now, could it be that the Blues, the Blues screwed up? Well, possibly. St. Louis does not have a good track record when it comes to their team medical doctors and players. They don't. And you have to admit, they don't. And I got a friend named Scott Rowland that'll will back me up. Scott Rowland, but that's a whole nother story. My point is okay, so did the Blues muck it up? Did they ruin this guy? So now the guy's like damaged goods. We're trying to ship him off for like a bag of pucks and nothing. And I'm thinking, man, this guy was once, the top elite player in the league. I just think that St. Louis has not done right by him. We showed our ass, not our class. We did not stand behind him, even though he won us the Stanley Cup, and he was a key part of that run, the Stanley Cup. But we turned our back on him, and it's just like it's so typical St. Louis. It's like, we're done with you. First sign of trouble, we're done with you. What have you done for me lately? But yet, Jaden Schwartz gets a free pass. Everybody's really calling out Braden Shen. I mean, oh my God, no, don't call Braden Shen. And like other players are getting free passes, but Vladdy, nope. For whatever reason, people are loaded for bear on the guy. I feel bad for him, And you and I were going to talk about we started to talk about this yesterday before Gary Unger showed up. Yeah. And this will be my last point, but I think you hit it on the head. Believe it or not, and it's hard for me to give you credit. I think you hit it on the head, like back in January when we talked about the rub-off comment and how we felt like there was snicker, ha ha. What is a rub off? But I think like in a cultural sense, I think that was really like in Russia, they don't really talk like that. That's not something that's a joke. It was very odd for him to be all of a sudden sucked into this, a rub off thing, again, which was about masturbation. Let's call it what it is. I mean, that guy wasn't raised like that. And it really put him in a bad, and that's when the problems all started, man. The rub off, I'm telling you, it did, man.
Well, I think the problem started a little bit before that.
But that was in there. That was
that was in there. I've heard a lot of people say that he had issues with Hitch. He had issues with, and I don't remember issues with Hitch, right? Because I'm going back and looking at his goals when he was with Hitch. 41, 39, 40. I mean, he scored with Hitch, okay? He had issues with Yo, but Yo had issues with everybody.
Yep.
Right? And then Booby's come in now. I'm sorry. Everyone sits there and is giving Berube this freaking pass. And you know I got an article and you've already read half of it. Just sitting ready to go. And it's good. You already do. But there are some okay. I'm trying to weigh this in. First of all, let's talk about the shoulder surgery. There is an easy way to look at the shoulder surgery that a lot of people may not. I mean, if you listen to the analogy and understand it, it makes a ton of sense. You have your car. The right side tire is going blah, 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 blah. Take it in, they repair it, they drive it for a while, and then all of a sudden that same tire is doing the same thing. Da, 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 da. You take it back in, let me finish.
Okay, because I want to unload on you.
To the same garage, right? And say, hey, it's doing it again. They fix it. And then just a short period later, it does it again. Well, then you say, you know what? I'm not going back to that garage. I'm going to this garage over here that, you know, they've got a better reputation. You go there. Let me finish. You go there.
Nope.
Shut up. You go there. God, I love this. Go there, and they come back and say, oh, well, here's the problem. They never fixed these parts to begin with. Right? This is, and this is, the new mechanic or the new surgeon has fixed his shoulder. For everyone who says they're concerned about their shoulder, you didn't watch him play in Russia, and you didn't watch him play in Game 4. I'll tell you what, something happened in Game 4 where whatever it was that was bothering him went away. Because both of those goals in Game 4 were typical, prototypical Tarasenko show goals. Both of them. Absolutely. I'll say that left and right. Now, I got to, before we go any further, Scott Hallis in the Hawaii STL Blues Fan Clan put a really long and good post out, right? And I'm not going to get too much, I'm not going to go all the way into it. I wanted to read the whole thing, but, you know, time's running by on us. But he comes down to the, to something that says, number 3, can't blame Chief for Chank's lack of success. Chief's style of play, he expects, is the same Hitch tried to instill in the team that won the cup. Hold on. There's some issues with that statement right there, and we'll get back to it.
Yeah,
200-foot game.
Hey, just so you know, I'm keeping a list of all the issues I have. I'm waiting to talk here, but I'm going to get you.
Okay. So you know what? So I'm gonna cover this one right here. Oh, you know what? Before I read this anymore, I'm going to let you go.
Okay, so Mr. Analogy Guy, I like Mr. Analogy Guy when you kind of throw out the analogy. Oh, and I love when your screen goes black. It's like you're not even listening to me. But okay, we'll get you back.
Of course not.
I know. So here's my deal with the car. Okay, let's say you buy a car. You buy Mackenzie McEachern, and that's the car that the wheels go. You buy a freaking Vladimir Tarasenko. They're apologizing to you for bringing it in, number 1. And number 2, they're giving you a car if they're not fixing it right, because that's a Maserati. That's not a Ford Escort. So I'm telling you, man, he's on to something. He brought it in to them in good faith, his shoulder, good faith. Fix me up. This is what you do. I'm a Maserati. I'm a Bentley. I am not a Ford Escort. And again, I don't know.
That's exactly what I was saying.
So, but you're right. So I think the fault's on the mechanic. And the mechanics are employees of the team.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's it. And the fact that his shoulder, he's now gone to the Maserati repairman and got his shoulder fixed.
Three times.
No, he went to the Ford repairman twice. He went to the Maserati repairman the 3rd time, and they fixed it the right way. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think his shoulder is fine. I think people putting a lot more concern into that shoulder.
So what you just said, though, just raises the entire question and brings the entire validity of the Blues medical staff into question. Like, what do you mean? Like, they can't get it right? So yeah, I'm just saying.
And you're right. I am raising the question. And this isn't Kurt, and I can't remember his last name. It's Kurt Price from Let's Go Blues Radio.
Mr. Tweeter.
Let's Go Blues Radio. And yes, I will, I'll say when I quote somebody or whatever, I'd put a post out saying, look at these guys, Fabry and Sanford, and then we've had problems with our doctors. This isn't a now issue. Something that's been going on.
Jay Boomeister had a problem.
Boomeister, right? Yeah, with his hip. And you know what? I got that confirmed from Panger. Remember? Panger talked about that, knowing that hip wasn't right. So yes, there are some huge issues here that go beyond the front office, right? And that now, but see, this is where I say divorce doesn't have to be a divorce. This is now think about this. There's a third. It's you know, and I know saying divorce isn't a thing.
Yeah.
The relationship, not great, but you know what? But the relationship has a third entity, a mother-in-law, that has caused the problems. Take the mother-in-law away. Say, you know what? You're right. The party says we're with you. They're gone. You're not going to deal with them anymore. We're not going to deal with them anymore. Now now that this part of that's gone, let's us deal with our issues, not the third party issue that we don't have anymore. I really think, and here's the other thing that I think everybody, when it comes to this, everybody's got these blinders on, right? They have these absolute blinders on, and all they say is trade, 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 trade. You know what? A trade doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Because let's put it this way. If that guy's shoulder, and I'm pretty sure that shoulder's fine, goes out there and he can score 40 goals, who do you want him scoring the 40 goals for? Us
Perfect.
or somebody else?
Totally get it. What if he goes out and what if he gets hurt? Who does he believe? Is he like, I'm not going to these guys? And so then I was like, well,
No,
wait a minute.
that's right. The medical staff, at this point, he will not trust the Blues medical staff.
But
I have no issue with that.
Let me stop you there. The medical staff is freaking Ray Barilli, who's one of the top medical
Okay, now that's not medical. No. That's a trainer.
The trainer.
That's a trainer. That's a big difference from a doctor.
He's a part of the picture.
I'm sorry. We're talking about surgeons. We're talking about the guys that cut him open and were supposed to repair his shoulder, that did not repair ligaments in his shoulder twice. The doctor that repaired it the third time said that he could tell how long that the ligaments had been damaged based on the scar tissue.
Okay.
That they weren't repaired.
But where's Tarasenko in this? Why doesn't he say, hey, I'm not ready to go?
Okay, now this is the point. According to Tarasenko, he did say that. Now that was in Rutherford's, and actually he put a tweet out saying in the bubble, or not a tweet, Instagram post, right? And it was in my article. In the bubble, something didn't feel right. You know, and this was shortly after he's got the Instagram picture of him deadlifting his wife, doing deadlift squats with his wife on his shoulders. So there was that original, and now to me, when I hear this, it all makes sense. Because the original hit on the shoulder that caused the damage was a hell of a hit, right? It was.
What was the original hit? What was the original hit? I forgot.
That was in the last game of the season, 2016, in Colorado.
Okay, who hit him?
Right, I don't remember.
Okay,
I honestly don't remember. But he got hit early in the game. We were supposed to go. I mean, it was whoever won that game went to the playoffs.
Yeah, I remember.
And we lost. But that's where he got his first surgery.
Okay.
Then comes back. And he's skating against LA in our building, and the guy basically does a
swim move, kind of,
swim move, and his shoulder goes out on him. That's a typical on a breakaway. That's a typical move. That's not something that he wouldn't have faced before.
Yeah,
for his shoulder to go out that quick, kind of now the light bulb goes on. Now that makes sense. Because it never made sense that injured his shoulder that bad.
Well, from where I'm standing, go ahead.
Then he goes to the bubble, and the same thing happens again, right? That requires the third one. This time, he says, no, I'm not going to blue surgeons. I'm going to another orthopedic surgeon. And that's when he does, and the guy comes up with a CAT scan and says, oh, these ligaments have never been repaired. So yeah, go ahead.
I mean, for me, it comes down to, I mean, this could be the biggest hockey divorce. I think this could be the one that we're going to regret. If he walks away, I think he's going to go and have a solid season. I don't think he's going to be the marquee star for the team, but I think he's going to definitely be part of the championship mix. And I think he's going to do it with a chip on his shoulder. And I think, no pun intended, but I think that's what gets me. It's like half the fans are going to be heartbroken to see him go.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken.
Yes.
And half the
I
fans
mean,
have already like written him off. They're like, well, see ya. So it's like, wow, I've never really known a guy exactly who has caused so much.
this is not all I own. I mean, every jersey I have that has a name on it, except I have Tarasenko on it.
Yeah.
You know, I just think that there's something. I really think that if his agent is smart, and you know what, guys, you haven't read the article I wrote about should Tarasenko stay or go out and read it, because I come up with some numbers that are surprising, really surprising. I think even Rob, I'm still stuck calling him Brock. Yeah, but even Rob come back and say, man, you really backed that up with some solid numbers.
Yep.
Right. So go read that on stlfanreport.com.
Can I just sum it up? Because I think statistically, I mean, just around town, people want to bag on Vladimir Tarasenko, but statistically, if you look at his stats and where he places and stuff, it's very surprising. Very surprising.
Yeah.
In an off year. And then the other thing I want to tell you real quick is that I think that the coach, they moved him out of the position. He's always been a sniper. He's been a guy that gets the ball, gets the puck at the point, fires a snipe, and that's his job. And then Berube suddenly wanted to be net front presence. That really isn't his job. I mean, I don't think that's him, you know? And I think in some ways it's a bit of an insult that they tried to force him into that.
No, I agree. This is the Berube issue that I have. Berube has not adjusted to what he has on the ice. He's tried to make what he has fit what he wants to do, and it's not working. And that's where that. So, hey, everybody, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, and you are watching the St. Louis Fan Report on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're brought to you today by nobody. I'm joined by Rob, the stat man, Stegenborg. We are having a lot of fun talking to you about hockey. And actually, let me rephrase that. We are brought to you today by Haley's Legacy. Let's talk about that real quick. You know, we'll talk about this before we get to our next topic. Heyday. It is October, or not October.
Yeah, stop
August.
saying October.
I keep saying October. I don't know why.
No.
August 28th.
Yeah.
August 28th. I have all these meetings. I have it written in my thing. And what do I say? I'm looking right at October. Everybody's going, October, isn't it August? Yeah, it's August. That's what I said. No, you said October, dumbass. So August 28th.
It's Guy Radio.
Yeah, that Guy Radio. August 28th. Don Brown Chevrolet on South Kings Highway, the entrance to the hill.
Folks. Yep.
From 11 to 3 is the Legacy for Heyday. We are going to do a live 4-hour show, TV style, right? We're going to have, I'm pretty sure Mike Zook is going to be there. He has told me he would if he could. He's not sure if he's going to end up going to Canada because his mom said seen his mom in a couple of years. She's in her, 90s almost. So shut up, Roland. Yeah, we know you won.
We
okay?
owe you a dinner.
Yeah, be quiet. You know what? And I apologize. I haven't gotten to the points on that. A lot of things have happened. I got busy. I'm going to try and get some time and sit down and figure it out. I've had trouble with my spreadsheets all messed up. So I'm trying to figure it out so I can get as many of the right scores in as possible so I don't miss anything.
And Roland, I got a taco I'm going to send you just to hold you over so we get our dinner. Fuzzy taco.
So Legacy for Heyday. These are some of the things that we got going on. First of all, the 4-hour show. We should have some Blues alumni there. It's possible, and I say possible because I don't know, should have a current player or two there that we're going to get to interview. We're going to get to interview Don Brown and Tom Fassetti, right? Great guys. Great guys. We're going to have cut-ups of hay, cardboard cutouts around, and then there's going to be 2 next to us that you can sign for, and I'm hoping the family will take one of them, Hayes Fairyland, and keep the other one in their house, right? We're working on getting that done. We're going to have computers set up, or we're working on this. Need to go for a second, Brock?
Yeah, let me bump out for.
So we're going to have computers set up so you can sign teams up or donate to the walk. Now, the walk is the 26th of September in St. Charles, right? I have a page on my website, and you know what? I think of all the pages I've done, I'm really, really happy with this page. This page turned out absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. So give me a second to bring it up and make sure it comes up right. So let me bring this up, and I'm going to full page this. You got to go check this page out. It's stlfanreport.com under community. Hay Day, our fight for hay. Put it up now. Okay. This is the page. Go to this page and check it out. It's got information about Haley. It's got Jordan is a hobo. You can be a hobo, just be a happy one. You can read my story about it. You can go right here and share this story in this page on Facebook, on Twitter, through email. You can print it through Reddit. Go, get on there and save it. Slideshow, and then a little more information about Haley here. To sign up for the fun run and walk right there. Donate to PH right there. Legacy of Hay, the Facebook group right there. Check out this page. And then the other thing, I'm asking you guys all, I'm at about 650 reads on that. My goal, and it's astronomical. My goal for that is my goal for that is 10,000 views. My goal for the Hay article is 10,000 views. I thought he was back and he's feeding his face. So go on, check out that site, that page, stlfanreport.com. Go to community. You'll see Fighting for Hay. And let's make this day, this Legacy for Hay Day, an absolute stunner for the York family. This is our chance. The Yorks have been trying to heal for almost 2 years now, year and a half. Let's us all show them that we're with them and we can help them heal. That's what this day means to me, is my chance to help the Yorks. And that's exactly what I mean. I love them to death. They're a great family. And you know, this is the hardest thing that a parent ever have to deal with. Yet they've dealt with it with class, with integrity, with poise. Jordan has been an amazing 18-year-old through all of this. She is much more mature than her age. And you know, this is coming together the way I want it to. And I'm hoping to get 2,000 people show up and sign those posters for us and look around the lot and look around at the things that we can do. And be honest, I don't know if Tom Facetti's going to have any specials or not. I'm guessing he will. But let's really make this the Hay Day, right? E's going to be there. We're going to bring E in from the Springfield area and have him help us out. You know, I'm going to reach out. I've reached out to the Hockey Warriors for volunteers. I'm going to reach back out to them. I think some of them are willing to be volunteers to help us at that event. I'm also, you're going to have a chance to buy some really cool stuff. We'll talk about that at the end of the show, and we'll kind of go from there. So let's get in to our last topic. Are you almost ready for the last topic, Rod? Yeah, almost. Okay, so our last topic is the MLB All-Star Game.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I have a new writer, Sam Spector, who's actually a rabbi, Salt Lake City, and he's going to be a guest writer for us, write a couple articles here and there, 1 or 2 a month. But he wrote a post about the All-Star Game, and he didn't think that it should be a representative from every team. And you know what? I agree with them. I think the All-Star game has lost its luster for a couple of reasons. One, interleague play, right? That has absolutely taken some of that luster away from it. You know, everybody loves the interleague play, but that's not the game. Just doesn't have that feel. You know, I think what they need to do, first of all, and not only that, see, the game is tilted in the American League's favor right off the bat, and a lot of people don't get that, right? So each team has the same number of players.
Mhm.
Yet in the American League, they vote for a DH, right?
Yeah.
Who gets to play no matter what.
Mhm.
Yet for the National League, they're only voting for 8 players, so they have to use a reserve right off the bat to be a DH.
Yep.
The National League, in my eyes, should get 4 outfielders. Get more. Guy, wanted to say there will be plenty of specials, but most of all, we are so excited to be part of this, and we are working on getting some alumni to join us. There you go. Right? Tom said it. And Tom, I hope I didn't speak out of turn. Your group has been wonderful. When we had a small issue with the flyer, they jumped right on it.
Yep.
Work with the Yorks to make sure that the flyer should be coming out very soon. It's going to be on my website. We're excited to work with Don Brown. I mean, we're so excited. We're giving them free advertising just to do this.
You know what, Guy? I want to point out that, you know, the people at Don Brown just been first class. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like everybody we dealt with they've been tuned in, they've been bought in, they know what we're trying to do, and they've just been great. So we really definitely appreciate their support, and it's been great to have their event down there. They've really been welcoming us with open arms, and just been great people to work with. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're happy. We're more than joyed. I mean, this is my big event. So while I'm in St. Louis, and I've announced this already, I'm going to be in St. Louis from the 17th of September, 17th August. God,
Watch it.
17th of August to the 13th of September.
Yep.
Now this is the point that I need to spoil on you, Rob, a little bit. So there is a chance that Rob is not going to be able to be in St. Louis during the second week of September.
Yep. Let's just leave it at that.
I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
If he is not, I need a co-host / volunteer. So I will take applications at guy@stlfanreport.com.
Now, before you replace me,
I'm not replacing you.
They have to be sinfully good looking. They have to
Yeah.
be really funny, and they have to laugh at your jokes.
So they have to do everything you're not.
Well, kind of, I guess. One way to look at it.
Okay. I am going to be skating in the alumni fantasy camp. Yes. I'm going to love it. We've already, I mean, Gary Younger yesterday basically told me, stand by, you know, and I love this. So I'm going to need a camera person. I'm going to need somebody to be on live while I'm skating, or when we're doing, and you know, you can come over to me, bring me the mic and hold the cam. I'm going to need some help. Yep. So, you know, send some stuff. And now this is from September 7th, the 11th. And it's during the daytime mainly. So I need somebody that's going to be free during the daytime. And it's going to be, from what I understand, at Centene in Maryland Heights.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Doc. Oh, well, yeah. Doc might be there. I know about that. Really waiting on that.
What?
Yes, sir.
It's actually going to be at Centene Ice Center for the first 10 minutes. And then it'll be at the Mercy Health Center in the emergency room.
Oh, at DePaul?
Yeah, no, not DePaul. We're bringing you to Mercy because there's
Well, DePaul's closer. Yeah.
No sponsor.
By the way, anyone has a question about Haley's story, message me. Jordan, I want to ask you this, Jordan, and I know Jess is on here. I'm asking you guys to let everybody know what you thought of that story. Not what I feel, and I don't care how what you think of my writing. I really don't. But I want you guys to tell how that story made you feel, and I think that would be really cool. And that's something that we're going to talk about, you know, at the big event. But the fan report is growing, man. And by the way, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, coming to you live from Honolulu, Hawaii, and St. Charles, Missouri, on the STL Fan Report.
Hey, Guy.
I'm joined. Yes, sir.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish it out.
I'm joined today by Mr. Rob, the Stat Stag and Borg, and we're brought to you today by our good friends down at Don Brown Chevrolet at the entrance to the hill. See Tom Fassetti, and he'll make you a deal.
Hey, I wanted to. Hey, that's pretty nice. As that rolled off your tongue. Hey, real quick, we're a hockey show. We just got the Stanley Cup. That all got settled. The Avalanche. So the Lightning proved that they were defending champions. What do the Blues got to do? I think they got to get tougher, man. They got to get some defense. I think to win in this league, you have to have defense.
Actually, I think that's the last thing we need.
Well, I don't know.
Hold on. This league, and Marianne's asking, do you think Vladdy might go back to Russia? No, not with that contract. Because he'll lose $15 million.
Yep.
Right? He'll lose it. He'll straight lose it, and then he'll still have the time. That time will still be stuck. Like after the 2 years, he wouldn't be allowed to come back. He would still have to have 2 years. The Blues would still own him for 2 years. Mm-hmm. Right? So there's some weird stuff that goes on that when those guys go over there. Right? They've got to be released from their contract to go, and he's not getting released from his contract. I guarantee you that not getting released from that contract. Because if he gets released, he could go to another team. They're not doing it. They are not. They're holding on to them rights. I'm absolutely saying that. The league goes in roller coasters, and when we caught it at the right time, when it was a heavier team, where the heavy team beat the skilled team, right? The Blues beat the Boston, and Boston was more skilled than the Blues. But the Blues were able to wear them out and get just enough goals in certain games to keep the series moving, right? And then the so-called trip in Game 5, which was the turnaround of the series, right? And that, the lack of discipline of the Boston Bruins cost them the cup. If they continue playing, that game stays tied, and you don't know what happens.
Yeah.
Because it was 1-0 at that point. Well, I know it was 1-0 at that point. It became 2-0. So at this point, there's a chance that they could have still won that game.
Yeah.
It doesn't, right? So now you look at what's happened in the last 2 years. Look at what was on the West and the East. Last year you had, for 2 years in a row, you had Tampa and the Islanders, and these are absolutely skilled teams,
Sure.
speedy teams, not heavy teams. On the other side of this, had Vegas and Dallas and Vegas and Montreal. Again, speedy teams, not skilled, not heavy teams. All of the heavy teams either A, didn't make the playoffs, or B, were out in the first round. No heavy team that I can see made it to the second round. I don't think any heavy team did. The closest one was the Predators. I think the Predators were the closest. Minnesota was a skilled team. We know that. The Jets were a skilled team. They're not a heavy team. So was Edmonton, and both of them got knocked out. Toronto was a skilled team. They don't play a heavy game up in Canada, which is surprising.
What would you say Vegas? Was Vegas skilled, or were they heavy?
Vegas was probably the closest to a medium, right? I say they were slightly more skilled than they were heavy.
Yeah.
But they had a essence of heaviness to them. Right? And that essence of heaviness, what costed them Western Conference Finals. Right? And I think that Montreal, with that speed, that young speed, Suzuki and Caulfield and the other Anderson,
Armenia.
Yeah, was able to exploit some of that heaviness. Now on Tampa, Tampa, and I wrote my article, The 5 Things to Watch, and I called it the Battleship Group, called them the Battle Group Missouri, because of all the big guns.
Yep.
Tampa gets their heaviness from Pat Maroon, right? Pat Maroon is a role player,
among others.
Yeah, but he's the leader of that. He's the third liner, fourth liner. I think when it comes to, I don't know. To me, he was the guy on there that I saw as their, and I don't want to use the word enforcer, but their
Chip disturber.
Well, yeah, their bouncer.
Yeah,
he was the bouncer, right? He was the bouncer to me, and that's what I was. So I'm kind of there with that one. I just think that right now you need to, if we're to be successful next year, it's on one person's shoulders. It comes down to one single person,
I know who you're
whether
gonna
or
say.
not we're successful.
I know you're going to say.
Do you disagree with me?
I mean, yeah, because I tend to disagree with you about stuff. But
okay,
I don't know.
If Berube keeps the speed in the press box and tries to play a heavy game against speed, we're not making the playoffs. If we don't find, and here's the other thing. Actually, Jess, not enough people entered. I had 4 entries. We're going to actually carry that over into next year. That's something we're going to talk about here coming up during the summer, and kind of carry that over. Yes, I do remember it, and we've talked about it, but I didn't get enough entries, and we're going to work on that. And actually, you see, oh, wow. Jordan, thank you. You just gave me a heck of an idea. Tom, I hope you're still listening. Let's get boxes of crayons and do a kids' coloring test, our coloring contest, at Don Brown Chevrolet. We've got some extra tables set up. We can have kids coloring Blues pictures or drawing their own pictures and putting them up somewhere, putting them up on a board or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That would be really great. And then, maybe get some of the alumni to sign them.
Cool.
Right? So hopefully Tom's still listening. I think that's a wonderful idea. Thank you, Jess and Jordan. Thank you. That's how my mind works. All it's got to have is a little, and you've seen it, give me one little tib and I launch into something.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. It's going to absolutely come down to how Berube adjusts to the league's game. If he adjusts to the league's game, yes, we have the players to be a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
If he does not, we miss the playoffs.
Well, I definitely predict he's the next guy who's going to feel the heat.
Yeah, I think he's already feeling it.
Well,
to be honest with you, I really do. And that's what I said that back in January and got freaking roasted for it.
Yeah.
And even there are people now, and this was like Scott was saying, oh, it's not Berube's fault because Vladdy didn't transform to his system. No, it is Berube's fault for not adjusting to the players he had.
Mm-hmm.
He did not have heavy enough players to do what they wanted done.
Mm-hmm.
He had fast enough and skilled players. You think Sanford would have made all the mistakes he made if he would have been let go to just play offense like he is? He's an offensive player, right? And then the Sanford issue. And I got into it with somebody on Hoffman today, right? They sat there and said Hoffman was barely a plus player before he went to Florida. He was a plus 30. I'm sorry, a plus 30 is not barely a plus player.
4 more minutes.
Yeah, we're almost done. Or I'm going to kick him off, and I might stay on for another 15. All right, we'll make Brock go, and I'll stay on for 15. What'd she say?
She heard you. She's just laughing.
Yeah, well, hey, I love her to death. I'm going to bring her some of that tea. I'm going to get her some of that tea.
I love it. You're going to bring me some of that Hawaiian tea. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah. The tea we're talking about. Yeah. Oh, no. Well, see, that's the thing. Because I'm going to so many other places, I'm going to have to ship a bunch of stuff before I leave.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out who to ship it to so it doesn't get open before I get there. No, this is Berube has got to adjust to the players that he has.
Yeah, well, I think that's
Right?
going to be a theme that we're going to be talking about all year. I do. I think that, that's going to be a theme that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, no, it is.
He's
Right?
not Rod Brindamore. He's not the next thing. He's not John Cooper,
No, he's not. And you know what? Cooper said something. They put this out on the NHL Network, and I'm mad at NHL Network because they did not really get into how important of a big deal it was of Maroon winning the 3 in a row. The fact that only 4 people have done it.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, E, I'm going to need it before you're coming up. So that's the only issue there. And I don't have the time to drive down you and drive back to get it. So, but we'll work on something. We'll talk. We'll talk. But they didn't get in on how big of it, when I wrote about him, the three-peat, when I did that article, wow, this is really something special. But it's going to come down straight to how Berube handles situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so far, in my eyes, I'm sorry, the cup is come and gone. I'm glad he got us the cup, but I'll talk to you about it later, rolling offline. But I'm just concerned that he has shown a propensity to not adjust to what he has and chase away really, really, really good players.
Well, I don't know. I think that's going to be the storyline for sure. So, hey, real quick, because I'm going to bump off here in a minute, but
Yeah.
I wanted to tell folks. So, through this whole, Stanley Cup and all that, I ended up catching up a friendship with a guy he lives in Russia, and we've been tweeting back and forth, and it's just really interesting to see his take on Tarasenko, and again, as a native, tons of pride and tons of focus on what's going on, and some of the rumors that they're hearing are pretty close to the rumors that we're hearing here. So, for instance, he mentioned about the medical thing, and then the next day, the article came out about the medical thing. So I just thought it was interesting that they bleed it over there too, and they have a lot of pride in Tarasenko. So
okay, so as you're going, I get to converse with Bob. Bob does not like how I treat Berube at all, and that's fine. And I love him. I love Bob. I love the Morton boys. And he says next year's whipping boy is Berube. Here we go. I don't want it to be, and that's the thing.
Well,
I'm
going to leave you with that. I'm going to let you go. And
okay.
Thank you. just want to preview for Rinkside Report. We
got
a little interview we did with Guy about the website and about me and Caitlin did a really nice piece with Guy, and that'll be out next week. So we'll definitely let everybody know.
Yep, and
we got Guy to cry. It was great. We got him just to weep like a little baby. It was great.
Nice try. No, you didn't. But yeah, hey, have fun, man. I'll talk to you later, Rob. Thank you. Okay, so now you just got me for a little bit. No, so Bob, I know it sounds like that I'm this Berube hater, and I want Berube to fail and I want him gone. No, I don't. It's the exact opposite. I want him to succeed. I absolutely want him to succeed. But in order for him to succeed, he has to adjust. So let me ask you this. Bob. And man, I wish I had you on. I'm going to have to do a show with you one day so you and me can debate on this. Let me ask you this. What players out there should we bring in that would make us win Berube's system? Remember, one of the things about Berube's system is he's trying to win games 2-1, 3-2. 1-0. The league is moving towards 6-4, 7-3. They're moving towards a more offensive game, yet he's trying to play a defensive game. So who can we bring in? Now, bear in mind, there's a team that did something the opposite of what everybody was doing and won. And that was anybody? Bueller? I know you guys are on a 30-second delay, so I'm kind of waiting to see who comes up. But it was a team that did something exact opposite of what But see, I think Montreal had a lot of young, talented, skilled players. Not Colorado. Not Colorado. Colorado was that offensive juggernaut. There was a team absolutely won the cup, won multiple cups, an absolute defensive game. In fact, it was so good that it was outlawed. They added a penalty to outlaw their style of game. See if somebody gets it. Montreal, you look at Suzuki. Who on our team compares to Suzuki, and who compares to Caulfield? To me, nobody. They're better than. There we go. You got it. The Devils, the neutral zone trap, right? That was something that went opposite of what the game was. Dante's here. Dante's Inferno. Hey, man, welcome. I know I'm going over the hour. I'm going to go an hour and 15. I'm kind of enjoying it. Haven't talked in a while. Enjoying talk. See, I forgot while Rob was here, I forgot to talk about the man. For everybody that's here, now it's time. Did you know that on the BlueNote Fan Report, we now have a shop. On the STL Fan Report, we now have a shop. Let me bring something up for you guys real quick. And we're going to start selling two different things. One should be up tomorrow. Other one should be up on Monday. Right? I just got to get some things. So let me bring this over so you guys can see it. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so now on here, you go to the shop, right there. And that rink math, in case you don't know, if you run a website, run that rink math. That's what I use for my SEO, and it works really well. You click on that, I get a little bit of cash. We are right now selling these 3 shirts for $18 a piece. We should be shipping August 1st or around there. Right now, I've got one order. Come on, guys, you can do better than that. And the koozies. These koozies, knowing what I know about the koozies, if you order koozies and you're in the St. Louis area, I should be able to get you these in about 3 days, I think. I can't say that for sure, but it's not going to be August 1st that we ship them. We can ship these earlier. Koozies, I mean, order 5 of them, 10 of them. It's not that, and they're really nice. They're really cool. So go ahead, go to here, order them, and go from there. And we're working to lower our shipping. Right now, our shipping is a little high, and I admit that. But we're trying, and we're working with a couple of vendors to try and get our shipping down and that. But we're gonna get there. So give us a try. And then on Monday or tomorrow, let me bring this up. You guys are gonna love this. You are the first ones to have an opportunity to get this. The very first ones, right? Very first ones to get this. Are you ready for this? I hope so. If I can find it. And let me here. Where'd it go? Is America. I think that's it. Or is it not showing? Hold on. Maybe not the one I want. Let me try again. I mean, you guys got to see this. You're going to absolutely love it. And like I said, you're the first ones to get a chance to get these. First ones. Absolutely first ones. There we go. No, it's not. Well, I'll try this and see if you guys can see it. Here we go. We're going this cup right here. And I'm trying to get it on a screen that you can see it, and the computer's not letting me show it. Try it one more time. Where are we at? Come on, guy. Let's get this figured out. You dumb, give me gum. There we go. There she is. Look at that. That is a Yeti style cup tumbler, Bob Plager's signature on it. Now it's not, obviously it's auto pinned on there, or, you know, it's a facsimile on there, but that's his signature. They're $25 and we're going to have them up tomorrow. The other thing, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love this. Love this. I will start pre-selling 2022 Winter Classic jerseys. Yes, you heard that right. I have an opportunity, or we have an opportunity that you guys can get 2022 Winter Classic jerseys as soon as they're released. As soon as they're released. A blank is $130. With name and number, $170. Yes, I get a kickback when you buy them. Hey, Jordan, you got a mom and dad. That's what they're for. You still live under their roof. So you do, I do, and I know you're driving now. I think that's great. You know, maybe you should talk to Tom Fassetti about helping you get a good, sturdy used car that's going to get you to and from work, right? And maybe someday you'll work for me, Jordan. I would love that. But these jerseys, this alumni fantasy camp, right? I'm going to have 100 of them right now, 100. And I've got to be honest, I need to sell a good amount of them. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. So I need you guys to get these shared out once they come up. Go to the website. I mean, absolutely. Go to the website, go to the page, the shop, go right there, right to the shop. I'm bringing it up. Go here, you go to the shop, just click on shop. And it comes right up. There you go. Look at the t-shirts. I mean, they're pretty cool. They're all adult sizes now, but like adult small will fit most kids, right? And by the way, if it's too big, A, it's cute, and B, they'll grow into it. The koozies, I mean, they're cool. They're great. The arena one, I like. I'm getting me some of those when I get home. The t-shirt, I should have STL Fan Report, BlueNote Fan Report, and Hawaii Blues Fan t-shirts coming out in the next week or so. Should be right around that same price of $18, but I need your help to get them sold. Got to get them sold. Got to really get them sold. It's really important that we do that. And I'm hoping that you guys enjoy it, you like it, and you want to help us out to do that. And you know what? I forgot to add that crap to this. Okay, there we go. So let me try this again. There we go. So you go to the shop right here. I forgot to pull it up. Dum, give me gum. There's the stuff that I was just talking about. No, we'll have the new stuff on there very, very soon. The cups, $25 for that is not bad. And to have that around to carry Bobby with you, number 5 in your program and number 1 in your hearts. Absolutely, man. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. So where am I at on the comments? Extremely windy, curvy road today, and I drove for 4 hours. Good job, Jordan. We appreciate it. That's good. Good thing I don't live there, so I'm away. They don't love you enough to buy you a cup? I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I know your parents better than that. So we got about 4 or 5 minutes left. I'm going to open it up to you guys. Anything that you want to talk about? I'm driving. I'm trying. There she goes. It says, I don't have enough money for any type of car. Yes, guy, I'm driving. I want to try for my license next month or at the end of this month. And I would love to work for you guy. Oh, you know what, Jordan? I'm going to need a shipping agent here. Absolutely. But I need somebody who can drive and pick up the stuff. So, I mean, I have one, but I'm probably going to need 2 if things go good. Right. So, you could always help me there. Help us get this stuff shipped and moved along. And let's see what we can do. I'm really looking forward to it. Baseball, man, the Cardinals, what's going on? I've got an article I kind of want to work on. I just really haven't had some time, but if I can, I'm going to try and knock it out. we're trying writers. We're looking for writers. The STL Fan Report needs writers, man. We got to get content out. This month has been a good month for us. We are well beyond where we're actually almost beat last month on the 9th day. We are that close. We are close to my 15,000 view goal. We're a little under it. We're tracking just a little under it, but we're very close. But for the month, last month we had 4,646 views. That was for the month of June. Today, right now, on the 9th, we have 4,049 views. So we only need 600 more views or so, and we beat last month. My best month ever was 8,400. My goal is 15,000. So, we're trying to put out that content for you guys, and I hope we're getting there. Mike, I don't think I think it's not as much depleted pitching as it is there's something else going on. I think that beginning of the year when they were running really good, that they just kind of, said, oh, we're fine. We don't need to do anything. And then realized that they had a lot of holes. It's the off season. We got to do something. Well, talk. Hey, we're trying, man. We're trying to have fun. We'll talk about other sports. We're about other sports. So, we're about everything. Good article about the Cleveland Browns. If you like NFL, I read it and I got to say, I think they could shock some people this year. I think that they could win the AFC North. I think they're in the AFC North. I think that they could win that division. I know they're in it with Baltimore. Pittsburgh, and one other team. I can't think of the other team that they're in there with. But I think that they could win that division. Is it Buffalo? It might be Buffalo, right? It might be Buffalo in there. But I can see them, and Buffalo's a good team, but I can see them winning that division. I really could. I could see them winning that division. Cincinnati. Oh, I thought Cincinnati was in the NFC. Tennessee. Right? Oh, it is Cincy. Okay, I thought Cincy, for some reason, I thought Cincy was in the NFC. Okay, so there you go. The Browns could win that division. The NFC, oh my goodness. The NFC East. What a freaking joke that. I see another season of a subpar 500 team going there. Close, please, with your synopsis on what's going to happen with Tank. Okay, Brian, that's a good, that's good. So I got 2 minutes. Okay, so what I think's going to happen is, and what I want to happen are two different things. First of all, one of the things that I think is the best thing for everybody is that the Blues realize that they have a huge issue in their medical and get a new medical staff. Go beyond, they've got some sponsorship deals. That sponsorship deal is costing them, and it might cost them their superstar. I don't think that sponsorship deal is worth $7.5 million or the $15 million that you're losing, and the possible 80 goals. He scores 40 goals for 2 seasons that you're losing because of a sponsorship deal. Right? If Tarasenko is traded, the trade is going to be a tough one. I absolutely see it being more picks than I do players. Right now, my concern is that we're not going to get enough back for him at all. That we're in no way, shape, or form going to get back what I think or anybody else thinks he's worth. Plain and simple, right? And I don't think that the shoulder is as much of an issue as everybody thinks it is. Right? I think that this new doctor got in there and really fixed it. Right? And I'm sorry, it takes time to come back. So, he only had 20, I think he played in 24 games, 24 regular season games, and then only 4 postseason games. So that's only 28 games this season. That's not enough time when you basically had 2 years off. That's why, when I first thought that he shouldn't go to Russia, the more I thought about it, I mean, as I wrote that article about that, I changed my tone. Oh, hey, more hockey, more time, more. And he went and he scored some highlight reel goals. So, he has that ability. He's a game changer. And that's what you need back is a game changer, and you're not going to get one. Nobody's going to give it up. And for everybody out there that thinks Eichel is the answer, read my article today. The numbers will surprise the living crap out of you. Absolutely. Goes in the draft. Not the expansion draft. During the NHL draft, Tank is traded for a set of picks. Right? The Blues are going to jump up. I think they can get a first round pick and some other things for him. They're in a decent spot. Everybody was saying lose, and get that last playoff spot or that for the lottery spot. Well, you know what? We made the playoffs and got the lottery spot anyways because Arizona forfeited that pick. So we're in that 16 pick right there at 16. It's not a bad spot to be. There's going to be some good players. There's going to be potentially a NHL caliber player this year in that period. Normal, I think that there's a guy that could go from, I'd say, because this is such an unknown draft. Such an unknown draft. There's going to be a guy, should be a top 5, going to fall into that middle area where we're at, and he's going to be an NHL caliber player now. That's what I think is going to happen. Well, hey, everybody, this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan. You know what? This has been fun, man. It's good to get back on the air. I love talking to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you for joining us. And Jordan, what I'm excited about is seeing you give me crap. Bob, that's a subject for tomorrow or Monday. So this is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and I can't wait to see you on the next BlueNote Fan Report. Aloha.
Let's go Blues.